My lords, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the Lord's Speaker.
Bow my head like that. We're in the House of Lords. We'd bow back and we'd all sit down. This is the third time the chamber of the House of Lords has looked something like this, and it is staggering to us who normally see it very differently, and staggering in a very wonderful way. So thank you all very much for coming along today. We're extremely pleased that you're here. Pleased because the House of Lords is trying, as part of Parliament, to connect better with the public in lots of different sorts of ways, but particularly with young people, and to try and form some relationships that we don't seem quite as distant as we may have seemed in the past, and so that young people, citizens of today and of tomorrow, feel that Parliament is an institution that belongs to them and that they can use to be active citizens and to make their views known.
As a children's minister at the Department for Children, Schools and Families, I'm extremely proud to be able to come here and celebrate this important culmination of Shine Week.
I believe that there's hidden talent out there that media is not focusing on. Instead, they're focusing on all the bad and all the negative things.
Well, all of us here, we're all young people, we're all talented, we've all got something to show. And we're in the House of Lords, and it's not something that everybody gets the opportunity to. That there's so much more, there's so much going on, and it's just not getting that media coverage, and it only takes one story, it only takes one person, one asylum seeker, one young person to fit that stereotype of being, the typical thug. And then it overrides every good story that's in the local paper.
I reckon what the newspapers and the media should do is concentrate on the fantastic stuff us young people are doing and actually sticking it on the front page, because my parents, they get so excited when they see me on the front page and doing something fantastic for the youth. Because I can just remember 3 years ago, I was sat at home watching TV and thinking, God, I wish I could do something like that, and look where I am now.
Many of us, young people, are feeling disconnected from the whole political system. Many of us forget about the word responsibilities. It's fine for us to point at media, point one fingers at the media, but don't forget, 3 point back at us.
If you know of something, like an event, which you know has a lot of aspirational young people, invite the media to the event. Do you take a step forward? As long as you complain, the media's not doing enough for us, what are we doing to invite the media into our world?
I think this is a very good point to happening for myself. I done some opportunity in Liverpool. I done some opportunity in everywhere. No, I never listened to any media coming to show the people. This is asylum seekers. This is a refugee came to England, bringing some idea, some opportunity, some new thing for England.
When older people see us, the way they act, like, these people, they're just young, they don't have anything to say. We can listen to them, but that's not true.
I think young people need a goal. I think young people need, can't even say it, inspiration, but not for being famous for all the wrong reasons, yeah? This is why I work as a mentor to help younger people, give them opportunities that I never had.
I despair when I come across sort of gossip magazines, and every single time I'm watching TV, there is a new magazine, Closer and Pick Me Up and all the rest of them. There are so many of them, and there are new ones coming out all the time.
Now, we are society. If we really don't want this celebrity culture to permeate, we are the beginning part of changing it. So it's very easy to sit down and say, well, let's just shoot down all the celebrities because we don't think they're of any importance. But, we are society, we create celebrity, so the change starts with us, really.
in gossip magazines, why is it that being a wag you can get a full page? I don't want to know about what you've been wearing. Why should I pay £3,225 to do a journalism degree at university when it's been given out to people like you who've just managed to fish a footballer out of a pub? I just don't get.
I don't believe that young people were sitting in their bedroom thinking, right, I'm going to be like Angelina Jolie, because how hard would it be to get to that status? I do believe that maybe if we introduce more vocational courses in secondary schools rather than waiting until they get to college, they'd be more geared to get into the real world and think, right, I'm going to start my own business, or I'm going to get a really good job, I'm going to make my own money, I'm going to be independent, and I'm not going to be stereotyped as a negative deviant in the social society.
Yeah.
The way the media portrays celebrities has a lot to do with how young people behave, because they say what lives and money that they have, and they think, well, I want that. So maybe if the media portrayed celebrities a lot better, then maybe young people wouldn't behave the way they do.
It was mentioned before, and I just think it's obvious that the negative stories in the media are going to be looked at more, because they're more interesting and they're going to want to read that more. But I think where the media goes overboard is where, for instance, loads of talented people in this room, but how many people in this room have been front page news all over the world, whereas Britney Spears has shaved her hair and that was all over the news for weeks. I just think that's where the media goes too far.
And how can we judge what is called a talent? If you believe that you're really good at something and it might not be good enough to you, other people, but you think that's something I'm really good at and I like doing that and I think I want to make something of myself from that thing what I think I'm good at, why should we knock people down?
Education versus talent, schools versus stardom, work versus play. Do our schools do enough to promote our talent and nurture it into what it could be?
To find our talent, we need some encouragement. We have no support. The number of students in classes is going up to 35 now. How is that one teacher going to spot your talent? How is that one teacher even going to find out whether you have a learning disability?
Things do not work in straight lines. And yet schools say, this is how it works, this is how it always will work. They do not give scope for people to do things their own way.
Because of the way media has set, everyone kind of has the same goal. Everybody wants to be a singer, everybody wants to be an actress, when there's so much other things that you can actually do. So many people are leaving school without knowing how to buy a mortgage or knowing any of the basic life skills that you really need to know. And in that regard, I think the schools are failing us.
If you asked young girls and young boys, would they rather be a wag or a footballer or be in the House of Parliament, what are they going to say? Because they only know what a wag and a footballer is. Not even I know totally what being in the House of Parliament means, because we're not taught.
I'm a believer that we're all role models. What I was taught from very young is that it takes a village to grow a child, to grow a man. So we're all responsible for everybody else.
I want to disagree with the first point made about classes, because if I have a talent and I'm really determined to promote my talent, I want to find any means necessary to actually tell the world that I've got a talent.
We are in the House of Lords right now. We have had the ability and the chance to make our point known in one of the most powerful chambers in this world. Yeah? We know what the problems are. Now it's our turn to change those problems and make them into a reality for ourselves, and not make the problems into reality, find the answers to our problems. Now it's our turn to go out and change that reality. Thank you.
Well, Lord Speaker, thank you for giving me the chance to say a few words in closing these fantastic debates today. I'm sure I speak for every adult here and for all you guys. It's been an amazing 2 hours, hasn't it?
I feel very optimistic about what your generation can do if you're representative of them. So I hope that today will have made you feel that yes, you had a chance to say what you thought was wrong, but just as important, that made you feel you had the power to do something about it as well. You may not remember this day for the rest of your lives. It'd be nice if you did, but you may not. But remember about getting out there and getting involved. That's the only thing I ask of you from today.